everyone, welcome to another video. This is Raina. I'm an occupational therapist and I am speaking to you from Autism Services for Teens and Young Adults. We are all occupational therapists and we are skilled at working with people specifically on the autism spectrum. We target advice at teens and young adults and their parents. Today, we're going to be talking about discovering your chosen career path or your ideal career path, and how to help your child go through that process. We're just going to talk about some ideas about helping your teen start planning for the future. It can be really daunting to get started, but there are some ways to break things down into more manageable steps. So the first step is to just start kind of thinking broadly about what we want to do. You can start to encourage your child to think about their interests and skills. What are their strengths? They might not know what their strengths are, so maybe helping them go through and build up their confidence about, what they're good at. If they are struggling to even get started in this process of career exploration, you could offer them 2 or 3 choices about things you think they might be interested in. Sometimes other people can know us better than we know ourselves, so having someone else to kind of bounce ideas off of can be really helpful. One thing to keep in mind, though, is to keep it pretty low pressure. A lot of times this process could take weeks, could take months, perhaps. The earlier you start talking about it, the better. But it's definitely not going to be something that, a career is not something you decide in one day, especially if you haven't really thought about it before. So it might take a while. Try not to rush your child into making any big career decision, or make it a negative process. We want this to be something that they feel good about. And you can also pique your child's interest by introducing career options in a way that aligns with their hobbies or skills that they already like. So, whatever they're already doing in their free time, that's a really good way to find that really genuine, authentic motivation and something that would make them really want to get out there and do something intimidating like finding a job, if it's aligned with their passions. If they don't have any clear interests, that's okay too. Now is a really good time to start exploring what their interests are, finding hobbies, finding interesting activities to do, things that are making them curious about, I want to try that, I think I would like that. Even if it's not a job yet, finding hobbies and interests can lead to a passion and lead to something that can get you a job later on. Some specific resources for career exploration. There are so many out there, but some of the ones we want to suggest are, one, a website. It's called moveon.org, moveon.org. This is just a little survey, quick, easy survey that your teen could complete, and it helps them assess their likes and dislikes and kind of give them an idea of where to start looking if they're not sure, and how their likes and dislikes can apply to different jobs, and help them really narrow things down, not just in the field that they might want to work in, but also like the logistics around the job. Do you want to work around a lot of people? Do you want to work not directly with people? Things like that. Really good way to start thinking about those things. Another great one is, What Color is Your Parachute for Teens? This is a really popular book. It's been out for a long time now, but they made one specifically for teenagers. It's fantastic. It has a lot of little worksheets and exercises to help your teen brainstorm careers. And it really encourages self-reflection about personal skills, passions, ideal work environments. They also give practical strategies for career discovery and planning. And this book also touches on that self-confidence piece. So helping them really feel like they have talents and they have skills. What achievements have you already completed that can help you get a job? And so it's really well-rounded. It's a great resource, and we highly recommend that book. What color is your parachute? Another thing you can use, obviously besides the internet, are magazines. So magazines are a really good way to discover career fields, because there is pretty much a magazine for every type of job, whether that's National Geographic. There's a magazine called Popular Science. There's Entrepreneur magazine. There are magazines for every little niche and subset of job, with some exceptions, but in broad terms, there are magazines for every industry. So this might spark some ideas. They might have interviews in there of people who are doing unique things in that field. And so that's a really good place to start if you kind of know the broad industry but not the specific job that you'd like to work in. That can be a great thing to try out. There are also career exploration websites, and virtual job shadowing, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But just a lot of quizzes and things like that you can take. There are also job videos on YouTube of people who are doing a certain job, whether that's something like baking, they have their own business, or just someone showing their day-to-day in their field. You would be so surprised how many videos are out there of people with these very niche jobs that are just taking you through their day and explaining their job a little bit more. That is a great way to really make it feel real and really understand what the day-to-day of your job would look like, and maybe bring up some things that you hadn't thought about before. So on YouTube, you can look up like day in the life of a blank, this type of job employee, and go from there, see what's out there. You can also reach out to those people who posted those videos. A lot of times they are really responsive on their channels, and they can set up a time to talk to you, or you can ask questions over a chat feature. So that's a really good place to go as well. As a parent, it's really encouraging to have those conversations. For your child to have those conversations with a parent makes them feel like, okay, we're working through this together. I'm not in this alone. So asking questions like, what do you find interesting about this job? Or how do you think that you could do well in this field? Or would you enjoy doing something similar to this? Those are really good ways to open up that conversation and help your child feel more like it's a collaborative process instead of like they're just going through it all alone. You can set up a career exploration day where your teen researches and shares information about a career, like giving a presentation to you. That is a really fun way to start as well. There are also so many podcasts out there for really, again, like the magazines for every industry. Even things that you think are really niche and really too detailed, You'd be surprised how many podcasts are out there. So that's a really great place to go as well. There are forums, there are blogs. You just have to kind of know where to start looking, and then things really will open up to you. If you know, like, I want to work in the food industry, I want to be a chef, you can find so many things on the internet from people who are actually doing those jobs, and they can talk. They're either posting, or you can message them and talk more about the pros and cons and how to get into it and things like that. There are also really cool career-focused games and simulations, which we don't have specific examples of, but if you look up the type of job and then simulation, you might be able to find something for certain jobs, and that can make exploring career options more immersive and more fun. So let's get into more detail on virtual job shadowing. So this is a really cool opportunity that is available to us now because of the internet. A lot of places will do either videos, pre-recorded videos of a person at that company or a professional explaining their job, showing the work environment, sharing career advice, things like that. So there might be pre-recorded videos. There could also be live streams and webinars about certain career paths. Some companies and educational institutions host live sessions where, specifically for students and people who want to get into that field, can watch them in action and ask questions. And then there are interactive platforms like Nepris, Nepris, Career Village, and Forage, Forage. Those websites provide virtual job shadowing experiences where you can engage with a mentor and do simulated job tasks. It's really cool, and just another option in case one of those jobs is something you're interested in. And then you can also look up, if you're interested in working for a specific company or you're really passionate about a product that a certain company makes, a lot of businesses upload behind the scenes job insights, or again, the day in the life videos on their websites or YouTube channels. So if you know you really like a specific company, go straight to the source and see what they have to offer. This is a great option, the virtual job shadowing, because it's flexible, it's accessible, you don't need to travel anywhere, you don't need to really set up a whole meeting or dress a certain way or whatever. You just have to kind of do your own research and show up basically on your computer. You can get exposure to a lot of different things without committing to something up front or making a whole plan for an in-person experience. And then a lot of it is self-paced, so you don't have to feel rushed like it's really overwhelming and I can't do it all in one day. You can really take your time and go through things and try and understand more about the job over time. And then you can also get more realistic expectations and insights about what the job actually is. So instead of just having this vague idea in my head about what the job is and I don't really know, this gives a lot more detail. Like, what does this actually look like day to day? What would I actually be doing? Because some jobs, it's a lot different than what it looks like on paper or in a job description. And this is also really just low pressure, low stress. You don't have to introduce yourself to anyone. You don't have to, think about all of the professional rules and things like that. You just kind of do your own research and make sure you feel confident about that career job or career path, and then you just go from there. So, in summary, this whole process might not be very quick, but it should be an enjoyable process, not stressful. People tend to make, what am I thinking? People tend to make kind of rushed decisions when they feel pressured, and they might not make the right decision for them if they feel rushed or pressured. So definitely allowing your child to take their time, work through their own thoughts, and get to a place where they feel confident about a choice of career or somewhere they would like to work is a great place to be. That's where you want your child to be when they're starting a job. You can support your child, your teen, by exposing them to different ideas and letting them kind of set the pace, more or less, for this career exploration process. And then you can encourage open-ended conversations and celebrate small discoveries along the way. Every little step is progress, so we should definitely celebrate that and just go day by day. This is not going to happen in a week or a month. This could take a while, so just celebrating those small wins along the way is going to make everyone feel like they're making progress and make everyone feel less stressed. Please let us know in the comments if you've tried any of these methods or have any other suggestions for helping your teens explore careers. And if you're looking for more resources to help your teen navigate the path to adulthood, check out our website for blogs and more videos and resources. Our website is linked in our description. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.